I want to talk more about Gareth Bale. You know him personally, Harry. You were there, you saw his development. You're the one who was partially responsible for him converting from the full-back position into the left winger, which decimated teams across Europe, not just in the Premier League. What does the future hold for him? Do you think we're ever going to see him back at his best? Because he's no longer 20-something, he's in his 30s.
It doesn't look like it at the moment, obviously. I don't know whether he's Jose signing. He could have been down if you brought him in. That's a possibility. And Jose thinks I don't fancy him now because he certainly he never plays him. And as I say, to bring him on with 10 minutes to go, it was a token effort. The game was gone. And to bring, as I say, people like Lamela and that on before him, he obviously, I don't think he was. I doubt very much whether he was a Jose signing. I think he was more Daniel bringing him back.
Are you frustrated on behalf of Gareth Bale? You were there at the rise of Gareth Bale. I mean, it must annoy you if you have any sort of empathy for him.
Yeah, but he's got to show his worth of place. That's the key. He's got to show that he can still do it. And whether it's in training or whenever, at the moment, I haven't seen him explode. I haven't seen, what he used to have. Used to get us off the edge of our seats when he was pick the ball up and he'd run 40, 50 yards of it sometimes and smack it in the back of the net. He was unplayable. He had a spell for me at Tottenham and then at Real Madrid where he was incredible. He hasn't shown that. I think we were talking, me and Danny, he looks like he hasn't got that running power, that pace at the moment. Maybe if it's gone, it's, everybody has a certain day when they hit the brick wall. Maybe he's hit the brick wall. I don't know.
Danny, what do you reckon the future holds for Gareth Bale if he doesn't have that explosive pace anymore? In fact, we had Ryan Giggs on the weekend, and we were talking about how he adapted his game as he got older when he lost his pace. He had a great footballing brain. Don't take anything away from Ryan Giggs, but he was able to convert into more of a central player and extend his career. We've seen Gareth Bale have the technical ability to do that as well. Some of his weighted passes for Tottenham and for Real Madrid show he does have that in his locker. Is it something that Bale could maybe consider?
I don't think so. I think what Giggs did was remarkable for many reasons. Great football intelligence, fitness. Giggs never lost that sharpness, that ability, even for 5 or 10 yards. Maybe not the kind of dribbling winger, but Bale looks physically inept at the moment for some reason. I don't know. Maybe there's something mentality. Maybe there's a fear factor because of the injuries he's had. Ultimately, I agree with Harry. I think that every player, depending on the type of positions they play and the physicality of them, has a time where they just can't do what they used to do. But if that's the case, then he can still, whenever his time's up, he can still look back on a proud career and enjoy the rest of his life. But right now, he's way off. Yeah, he's not close enough to be playing in the team regularly, obviously.
Well, his career. Look at the Champions League trophies that he won. Look at the goals that he scored in the final as well, on top of a litter of other trophies with the Spanish side. But what should Gareth Bale do next? If Spurs don't renew his loan deal with the option to buy and he goes back to Real Madrid, should he perhaps look at other pastures, Harry? Maybe somewhere like America. Didn't you play in America towards the end of your career as well?
America, back in the 77. But I don't know. I mean, sure, if he doesn't do it at Tottenham, where is he going to do it? Does he have to take the easy option to America or China to play or somewhere? But, a fit Gareth Bale, even tonight, he could have played, if he was anywhere near, I'm sure you would look at him. I think he could have played in that system. He could have played left wing back tonight if he was anywhere near because he's got that ability. I remember playing him at left wing back a couple of times. And he was just unbelievable. He'd go from box to box. He's lost that ability to do that, I'm afraid. And whether he'll ever get that back, I don't know. But he's obviously not showing a lot to Jose that makes Jose want to play him. Otherwise, as I say, he's bringing people on who really, I'm not being disrespectful, couldn't lace his boots. He's been on another planet to them as a player, and not to be played at the moment. He can't be showing too much in training or anywhere. Otherwise, he would be playing, I'm sure.
You mentioned that maybe he's not Jose's player, that he was more Daniel Levy's signing. Does Mr. Levy get heavily involved in who signs for Tottenham Hotspur? Does he have a huge say?
Not normally, no, not at all. But that is a different... maybe that's a different one where he thought, look, you know, we can bring him back. I know they're not paying they're only paying a small part of his wages. I know that for a fact. He's not, you know, he's on massive wages, and Tottenham really have done a deal. I think Real Madrid just wanted him out, and I think Tottenham have took him, you know, for a very, very small percentage of his wages. And maybe Daniel thought, look, you know, him coming back, he'll be good. And maybe Jose thought, well, okay, but I don't know. I'd be surprised if Jose's brought him back, because he certainly hasn't pushed to play him. Yeah. I've got a feeling he could have been a commercial and whatever exercise with Daniel to bring him back.